I'm at my store / studio, and people may come in. So we may have to stop all this. I found this at a thrift store, and many of you have these already. So I want to show you something super cute you can do with a couple of thrift store items. This one also was from the thrift store. It was just a little bitty cute little, somebody made this. I mean, they just put some love into this, but then it was just a raw wood. I started Mod Podging it and didn't finish. So I've got a base coat on this, and I'm going to use some Debbie's Design Diary paint, my new paint line, and put a color over this. If we get to this, great. If we don't, but I just want to show you what you can do to these amazing things you just find at the thrift store. So what I've seen them do with this is cut different holes and put your paintbrushes in here. So you crafters, you can put your scissors, paintbrushes. You may have to make the holes a little different for that. So think outside the box there, but I can't wait to show you what we're going to do with this. Just because I have it here, I did a live if you want to go back and look at how to make a toy, a dollar toy, something super cute. Look at this. I actually got this idea off of somebody else because it was off of my Iron Orchid design page, and her husband had brought her a big old broken one, and she did this on a big scale. I tried to get permission to share her picture and to give her credit, and I haven't heard back from her yet, so I just did my own version, which is technically legal, but I want to say thank you. I've got her name and everything ready to go. So anyways, but look how cute. And I did this with the Iron Orchid molds, and I took little printed off of some music notes off of, so look what you can do. You can make a piece of plastic look like art. This would be so cute sitting on a shelf for somebody's, and I mean, this is nothing. This costs nothing, $1. So, okay, that's what we're doing. So, it's saying low connection. So if this live doesn't come through, you might watch it later. If you guys like and share, that would really help this page too. So, here we go. We are going to use some of the Iron Orchid molds. I've done this many times, but here we go again. You just take this dry air clay, and you can dust a little cornstarch or powder in this to make it release better, but I haven't really had any problems. You can kind of roll it out. You don't want to work this air dry clay too much because it'll make it too sticky. But you just like squish it down pretty good in the mold so it gets all the details. Oh, there's another thing I want to do too. I need to get a rolling pin down here, because Debbie Beard off of the Design Diary, oh my goodness, I won one of her pieces at a show, and she couldn't finish it in the showtime, of course, so I won it out of the drawing. It was so cool. And so I am going to finish it, recreate what she did on another one. And she did this thing with the rolling pin with this air dry clay in the stand. So I want to show you that. So you literally just stick that down in there. Hello. I am seeing comments. Nobody's just commenting. I thought I had my comments, but I've seen Tana said hello. Oh, hello. I'm doing a live, and it's hard when you do that in your store and you're thinking somebody's going to come in. So we may have to do a part 2 live if I don't get done. So you just fill that in pretty good. You can take a credit card, you can take a food scraper, you know, whatever you want to use. And the Iron Orchid have upgraded their molds, and they have a micro ridge. And when that pops through, you got it good. It's really helpful. I really like. These are so fun. You can use resin, pour, and hot glue in these. You can do, this is food grade also as well. So you candy makers and cake decorators, you can definitely use it for that. So you do need to keep this air dry clay sealed up when it's not in use. And like, you know, with my extras, you either can put them in. I'm trying to see if there's any other molds I want to put it in. Let's see. The crown's pretty cool. What do I want to do? I want another kind of a medallion-y. This is like one of my favorite ones. I can mail out. Go to decorizingyourlife.com and I have these all on my website, and they have new ones coming out that's not on there yet. But so these are fun. Still not quite what I'm looking for. What do I want to put on there? I think I'm going to do this little thing. This is, you can see they're new and improved. This is their old manufacturer. Now they're their own manufacturer, so you can tell how they've improved these. You can only get these from a approved stockist. I'm not a stalker, I'm a stockist. Well, I kind of do stalk some people. It's usually business people that's doing the things I love. But I'm not a creepy stalker. But anyway, so if you ever find any Iron Orchid, it's from their old manufacturer. They're not with them anymore. And look at that. Love this stuff. So I pop that little thing out. You literally just, well, oops, I'm going for, yeah, that's it. Okay, so you can kind of let him roll out. It takes about 24 hours for these to dry. And you want to go ahead, it's not that you can't make up a whole bunch and let them dry, but they shrink and they kind of warp. So I like to put them right on your piece. And they can mold around furniture, glass. You can do all sorts of projects with these. You can make the most plainest thing. You can make ugly ducklings look like swans. Sometimes at my workshops or demos, I have people paint these now and then glue them on, because once they shrink, it might show the white, but I'm going to put these on and then paint them all. Okay, glue. Where's my glue? If I had a helper, they'd be handing me the glue right now. I've got some right here. Okay, this is my favorite glue. Oh, there's my glue. Okay, this is my favorite. You can use wood glue, Elmer's glue, all sorts of glue. But the deal with this, it's quick. It's expensive, but it's quicker. So you can like have it on a vertical surface and it not slide down. If you do a cheaper one and put it on a vertical surface, you can use some painter's tape to kind of hold it on there until it sticks. Okay. So, and then you just take a little finger, your toothpick, something to put the glue on. So where do I want to, okay, so this, if this was sitting on a counter, let's say this is going to be my front. I'm going to do several on here. And it doesn't take a lot of this glue, but you do want to get it to the edges. I got mine off of Amazon for, I think you have to order a minimum of 3. I think they were like $4 a piece. I think they're like about $6 a piece at any of the hardware stores. But somebody that doesn't do a lot of this is going to last you forever. Somebody like me that does a lot, it's going to not last as long. Okay. Is that how I want to do this? And you can straighten these out. This is curved, but you can straighten it out if you want. Okay, I was just kind of seeing if that's where I want it. I love doing these projects. Can you imagine you could set these up and have your grandkids or your adult kids, you can have a little party at your house. The stamps and the molds, you know, use them multiple times. The transfers with the Iron Orchid are one-time use, but you can cut them up and do them on one transfer on several pieces, which I've done some lives on that. I've seen them using this particular one, I think, and making a pumpkin, because you can mold them, and they did this whole designs out of a pumpkin. I want to do one of those for, oh gosh, see how fast that dries? I didn't really get it in place. But that's That's okay. That's okay. Yep, it's going to look good. Wait till we paint it. Okay. I was going to put... I'm just making stuff up as I go. I didn't really have a vision. I just know I wanted to do something. I don't know. Where should I put it? Somebody that's watching. Okay, let's just do it up there. It's really quiet around town. I'm not the only store that's been, I said quiet, but it's been flat out slow, okay? I did make a couple of sales. Thank you, Lord, for those customers that come in. I really appreciate it. I've sold some layered chocolate and the DIY paint. And she went out with a cute little, she's never painted anything before, so I sent her friend that's going to help her a video. And they're going to have some fun. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do on the front part of that. I actually wanted to stamp, and I forgot. So we're going to stamp this side. I'm going to use the Iron Orchid Distress Stamp. When I first started ordering, I was like, I'm not ordering that one because I know how to distress. And then I started watching videos and I was like, oh my word, I'm getting the stamp. So we're going to do it. So what I do, while that's kind of drying a little bit, I might as well let it dry like that for a little bit. What color do I want? I think this mustard, I'm getting into the fall. So this is Queen Bee in DIY. Oh my word. Yeah, it's good. So we're going to put this on a, you can put it on a plate. You can do it. This is my new bottles. I'm going to see if they work good. Oh my gosh, they're so good. My other bottles would not. They would get little paint boogers and I couldn't get it to come out. I'd have to take the lid off. So I invested in these first in, first out bottles from a restaurant supply. So far, so good. Okay. Now, you use a high density foam roller. Has to be high density. There is a difference. Or these sprayers. This is cheap from Amazon. This is the Iron Orchid. These are way better. I've got to order some more because I don't have. I sold one the other day, so I don't have any to sell here. I have one at Weatherford location. So what you do is you just literally roll your paint. DIY paint, you can dilute it and do watercolor with it. You can do it straight. You can put it in a sprayer. You can brush it. There's just numerous things you can do. So I've rolled it in my paint. And now I'm going to, I don't need, some people even take these and cut them. I am not brave enough to do that yet. I have so much invested in getting my inventory for you guys to come and purchase and stuff that I can't bear to cut it yet, but I'll get there. Because I'd want a full sheet too, so I'd have to open another package. So roll it on. So you've got your brayer. I'm just going to load this one side. You can do this with, they have ink. You can use all sorts of mediums, all sorts of paints work. I don't like latex house paint. It's too hard to clean off the stamps. So I like the clay-based as DIY is my favorite. And their inks are amazing and they're coming out with new, am I supposed to say that? I don't know. I can't say what all they're coming out with yet, I don't think. But I've got them ordered. So I'll keep you posted. Okay, so let's do some yellow. This may look like caca, I'm not gonna lie. But let's try it. We'll make it work. We'll just lay, if it doesn't look good, we'll layer another color over it. We'll put dark wax or something over it to make it work. So just put it on there. I should have went all the way down with this, but that's okay. And then you just kind of, sometimes the paint under there will make it slip. So you want to, you know, you don't want to get crazy or it'll slip and blur your image. So you just kind of, depending on what you're doing, you can tickle it or you can just keep it in place and rub. Okay, I'm scared to let you guys see this because I haven't tested this out. It's good, it's good. It's different, but it's good. Okay, let me see. Let's keep going here. So when you use your brayers, you can have a couple of different colors on your paint thing and you can mix them and it kind of, when I use the rose stamp, oh my goodness, it made it so pretty doing that. Oh yeah. Okay. And then you can kind of take a little, oops, I can't set that on there yet. You can take a sanding block and kind of lightly sand it. Oops, where's my paint thing? Oh my goodness. These bottles, if you're a crafter, these are good. They have all sizes. I can't believe how nice that's just squirting out and in. And then when I pour them in, I've got a big wide space where my other little bottles, let me show you. These are Harbor Freight, and yes, they were a good investment to get going, but do you see what I had to do to get my paint in there? It was terrible. Funnels were involved. These get paint boogers in it. I end up taking this up. Yikes. So sometimes good investments are not that great. Frustrating. Okay, so I'm reloading. I'm going to go on all the way down because I didn't realize I could go all the way down. Doing it vertical. This will be a good example on how you can do this. You just don't want to make it go back and forth. You don't want to blur your image. Even though it's distressed, so it'd be pretty forgiving. Yeah, like I smashed too hard there a little bit. So, okay. So we'll do the back here. DIY paint, I'm learning a lot about it. It is absolutely, totally all natural, only 9 ingredients. And you have 60 days open working time. That means if I put this on there, if you don't seal it, like if you don't seal it with wax or a polyacrylic or their big top, which is a better polyacrylic, that's what I'm going to start using, but I'm going to use up my other. You can go back and re-wet it with a spray bottle and distress it and blend it, and there's just an open time with it. Because 60 days, all the water molecules come out and then it's hardened. But you do need to seal it. It'll harden before then if you seal it. But I was just like, I just learned that yesterday and I thought that was great. Okay, so this isn't perfectly clean or painted, but that's okay because I'm going to distress it and I want colors, so. Once I take the sanding block to that, that's really going to look good. Now, what do I do here? Because I forgot to do that first. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit up top here. Oh my goodness, these bottles make me so happy. If you knew what I was dealing with. That was my first time using that, and I am loving it. They have a new cobalt color out. It's called Blue Iris. And I left it in my barn. I have one of those bottles fully loaded, and I cannot wait to use it. I used to not be a blue person at all, but my husband loves blues. And so it only took 14 years for me to get to where I'm like, I like blue now. So it's a really good blue. These colors are so highly saturated. You just can't even believe it. That's why I decided to switch. One reason. I went to her class and they forgot the paintbrushes for the demos, so we used our fingers, and my fingers were like totally, the pigment was on them. I was like, look at this, everybody look at this. This is good pigment. And so that was a big seller to me. Okay, I really don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I really want to, see that's dry enough. This dries so fast that I can lay this down already. I gotta do it. Okay, you guys can see if this will work with me. I'm being lazy here. Let's just see if that works. I may regret that. I don't know why I would do that on the hardest place. Take a chance like that. Yep, it worked. It's going to be fine. Okay. Quit being lazy. Load that puppy down. You could see how if you cut one of these into 4s, how it would be good for these smaller projects. I'm gonna go get my barnwood stamp. I cannot wait to do it in my laundry room, on my walls in there. Let me go get my example of my barnwood stamps. You can sit and stare at this. It's like right over here. Coming, incoming, incoming. Okay, look at this. Look at this. I didn't even use all of the stamps. It's a 2-page set. I didn't even use some of them. I cleaned them up when I was done. This is my first time and I did it on live. And it still looks amazing. It's really good. Look at that. So I'm telling you what, these are good investments. I've seen them do these on tabletops. So many things. Okay, this was a workshop I did. Actually, I was going to do, I'll just be honest, I didn't have anybody come, okay? But this is my example. See what you can do with these? Look at the rose stamp. That can go on a flat surface, or you can put the stamps, because these stamps go on walls. You can put them on furniture. You can put them in the molds. Let's just do that right now. I'm going to do what I wanted to do with that rolling pin. Let's do this rose right here. Okay, so let's take a little bit of our air dry clay. Put it right here on my pretty surface. Okay, so if I had my little roller, I could probably use a brayer. Doesn't matter that it's getting dirty or the yellow paint off of my hand, because I'm going to paint it. Oh, I hope this comes off. It may be like baking. You need some flour, which I could have done a little cornstarch on the surface. Just want to show you how cool this can look. What do I want to put? Oh, I'm going to put it on that thing, that red box. Yes, because this is kind of rosy and... Okay, so you take your stamp. You can use ink, paints, but we're going to stick it in this air dry clay and make a rose. So there are multi-uses for these products. I also carry these at 114 West Main, Anchor Your Soul in Weatherford. It's a cute little boutique that I have my paint and Iron Orchid designs in, and I'm going to see if they'll let me rent a booth and put some of my furniture pieces in there as well. Okay, I probably overdid that. I really probably did. Oh my goodness. I can't move my things. Let me see if I can. If this turns out terrible, just wad it back up and make another one, but so far so good. Look at that. So we're going to stick that on top of here. And I'll probably have to do some still shots for you to see how cute this is, because if you don't have a vision for it or have never done this, you're like, well, that looks like crap. But it's just because the clay is white and it's on that sharp red. Just wait till you see the cuteness you can do with this stuff. I might put Debbie's video tutorial. I love her videos. They're short, they're edited, they're amazing. I'll put what she did, the furniture piece that I'm going to copy, try to reenact on there. It's a fun little video. And she did a lot of this kind of stuff on there to make it look like old vintage paper on her furniture piece. Okay. I think I'm going to do it kind of cockeyed. So now we need something else is on here. I can't wait to paint these. Okay, so I've got that all kind of going. Let's do some, oh, let's do a stem. How would you do a stem with the, yeah, I'm going to stamp the stem. So you see the stems you can kind of put, and they're just flowing down over the side and stuff. But let's do a couple more roses first. Let's do a baby rose. I love contrast, so I like big and small next to each other. I need to do fall stuff. I have some acorns and leaves over there. And I could do one of those pumpkins that they did with the trim molding that they did with this. These. I need to do that. I am so not a good seasonal person. And when you have a store, you're supposed to be good at that. I'm not. I just don't do it. Like, I don't do it at my own house either. Bah humbug, I guess, is what you'd say. So once this is painted, it's going to be so cute. Okay. So I think that's all I'm going to do for this, just so we don't go too long. And then I'm going to paint over these so you can kind of see what to do. I might not paint over these because, I don't know. We'll see. All right. Now, what color do I want to lay over this? I'm going to sanding block that off so that you can see just a fine grit, because I'm going to end up painting a color over it. So it kind of, see how that just kind of softens it? And then when you put your wax or your seal over, it kind of makes it all come back to life again. It looks kind of dusty right now, but it's good. Okay, so let's put a glaze over it. You can make a glaze with another paint color. So what would be good? These are my colors I'm working with today. Oh, I just smashed my rose. The blues would be good. The sandy blonde. Somebody I was at a workshop and they picked this and I was like, oh my goodness, that's just kind of plain. Oh, it's gorgeous. Sandy blonde is gorgeous. And so, what do I want to do? I kind of think I want to do this one. This was another one she put it with. It's a Prairie Gray DIY. Let's make a glaze. I want to show you how easy it is to do that. Kind of one reason I'm making a glaze is because since these aren't dry, if I was to do my waxing brush on it, it would distort the image. Now, if you were patient and let this completely dry, maybe 24 hours, then you could go hard with the wax. There's some aging dust that's coming out, and it's back ordered right now because it's so popular. And you put a little bit of wax on, and you sprinkle the dust on, and then just kind of wipe it, and it catches in all the grooves. It is amazing. So to make a glaze, literally you just water it down. That's going to be probably absolutely plenty. Okay, so I usually have my spray bottle over here. I love these for when you're using, especially the DIY. This is a mister. So it lightly sprays the water, not just a stream of spray. You could use a spray bottle, that's fine, but this mist it, and you can spray it while you're doing it. That's how you can blend, and that's how you can kind of make your paint go on smoother, is this. But right now we're just using it to dilute. So you could take a well, here, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll do it all professional. If it was just not on this line, I would just be stirring this with my paintbrush. But you just make it, this is how people are watercoloring with this. Okay, so start up here where you can't see me. I want to see that. Oh no, you can't see it. Okay, so it's going to look like it's taken everything away. But we're going to wipe it off a little bit. Watch what it does with this stuff. So that, see how that can kind of catch? So if I would have pre-painted these a color, glued them on, or you could do it in different steps, but and then done this look, it would just hit the highs and make this amazing. Just a little bit more. Decline. Dayla must not watch my lives because she just called me. We're supposed to meet for cheese festival stuff today. All right, after work. Here we go. So now what we want to do is we can take a baby wipe or a Clorox wipe. I'm just going to kind of wipe this back. Oops. This is how you get those multi kind of crazy layers that everybody's doing. I used to just kind of think, how do they do that? Because I wanted a quick one-step thing because that's just how I am. And you can't. You got to put a layer on, walk away. Put a layer on, walk away. Put a layer on. That's how you get that chippy. It takes some steps to do it. I'm not sure if my choice of colors were great. But this is just an introductory to what you can do. And I'm going to make it cute. Keep working on it after the live, and I'll post a still shot. Okay, right now I want to do something different to that. So I'm going to take Hey Sailor. And spray it down a little bit. And hit it with some and you know what I may do when it's all said and done? Paint it white. I love the whites, the creams, and the tans. I can't get over it. But I had painted this red probably, it's probably been sitting in my barn 2 years. So I just went with it as a base. So I'm not saying I'm doing the best color choices here, but I wanted you to see what you could do with an old block. Okay, so that's just that. Oh, that is kind of looking cool. Once I pop that back up with some white, ooh, yeah, I'm liking that. Oops, it's saying it's low on juice. This white is not good, so I'm going to work on this. Okay, I'm going to work on this. I just wanted you to see what you can do with these products, and you can have so much fun and be so creative and repurpose old stuff. Let me show you one more thing, then I'm done. I'm taking this off the thing. Hang on.